teach language arts, science, social studies, and whatever else gets thrown my way.
I'm Jess McIntyre. I teach math, word study, science, social studies. So I'm really excited. This is my first year of fourth grade, but I've spent 2 years in second grade before this. And actually, you guys were my first crew here at McCain, so I'm really excited to see some new faces and revisit some of my old students also.
And I'm Jackie Wismer, and I teach reading and writing.
And I'm Scott Hutchison. I teach math and word study, and then science and social studies. We all do that and rotate through all the kids on science social studies days.
I'm Alex O'Donnell. I'm student teaching with Mr. Pete
This side
this
of the
fall.
chair.
Yes. So through Mercyhurst University, I'm student teaching with Mr. Pete.
And we have student teachers every year. They do teach a ton, but we team teach with them. So you'll see and hear a lot about Mr. O'Donnell, I'm sure, as the year progresses.
And just to say, we've never done something like this in just 20 minutes, so we're wondering how this will go because we all like to talk and share things. So we're gonna go as quick as possible while still sharing a good visual of our day and how things go. But please just know that we all really, really love what we do, and we love teaching kids. And I think you'll see that throughout the year, through your kids and through us. We're here for whatever you need, and we're just available anytime for all.
We're here a lot.
We are here a lot.
We're here a lot. Those of you that know us know we're here a lot. So, I mean, if you need us, you'll be able to find one of us. And we team teach, so you'll have us for something. So whatever you need, don't be afraid to pop. If I'm not here, for example, which is never, but if pop into another room and let that teacher know, or just shoot us an email. We have lots of ways you can contact us, which most of the time we're okay with.
Email works wonderful for them.
But we email right away. Yeah.
Definitely better than the phone over here.
Over the end of summer, I automatically sign you all up to the text remind things. It just makes it easier so you don't have to worry about doing it. And then it allows you to opt out if it annoys you in some way. If you didn't get an invite to be part of that, then just let one of us know so we can write it down and get your number and get that sent to you so that you can get that invite. We do not overwhelm you with that. We send it very sparingly for only important things. Reminder that we have a field trip today, reminder to turn this important thing in, stuff like that. It's not obnoxious, annoying, constant stuff from us. So if you didn't get an invite for that, please let me know. Or if there's someone else in your family that should have that, let me know also. I just went off of some forms that we already had access to and put in names and numbers. So I sent out what I had available. So if I missed something, let me know. Or on the website, it shows how to sign up as well.
And then just some random things, like we do have a YouTube channel that we use extensively. There's links here for that. We do have an Instagram account that we go back and forth with it. There are times we use it a ton, there are times we don't. It just depends on picture taking opportunities. And we do have a Twitter account, and I can safely tell you we use that less than everything else. But we will occasionally say, have your parents check Twitter. Every kid's handle shoot up mile. No one's allowed to use Twitter in our house. You don't have to use Twitter, just come to the webpage and look. We do use a variety of things depending on what we're doing.
So our day is pretty rigorous. We're going to go through our day, and that's kind of how we're going to tell you about things. The schedule that you're going to see is for people that have Mr. Hutch and Mrs. McIntyre for homeroom. If you have Mr. Peter I for homeroom, then it's just flip-flopped, okay? So we're going to kind of start off at the very beginning of our day, okay? So this is homeroom time. When we come in for homeroom, I don't know if I took somebody else's.
It's okay.
When we come in for homeroom, it's a very short amount of time, but all students have to do is get ready for the day. That's their number one responsibility. So they're putting their backpacks away, making sure they write down what they're going for lunch, fill out anything on the agenda, turn in papers. It's very, very simple.
And some kids go to breakfast, and that's fine. They go to breakfast, come back and get their stuff ready, and we go to special right away.
But we have you'll notice if you ever come in the morning, it's just boom, 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 and they know what to do,
Silent,
and it's just
kids are
very
focused. It's not, we don't have morning work other than filling out the agenda, checking for homework on their iPads. It's a pretty laid back time where their expectation is kind of in their own head to get ready for the day.
All right, so this is you.
Yes. So this is the agenda page that you'll see in your child's binder. Every day they'll come home with this. If there's any task that you're unsure of, it should be in this place. They will fill it in their classrooms. It is required. We need them to check it off like a to-do list as they complete each task in the evening. And we need a responsible adult to make sure that the homework is actually done and to get that initial. A responsible adult can be mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, an older sibling that's responsible, a daycare provider. So we just need to make sure we have that signature saying it has been completed and we've checked over it.
And mostly, like, sometimes communication is really important for us. We may write a note here, or we might put something saying, hey, something happened today, whatever. We just want to make sure that you're seeing things and know what's going on. We're very big on good communication, and so knowing that you're seeing things and you knowing that we're seeing things, we see this every single day. So if you write a note in here, we'll see that also and be able to reply to you and things like that. So that's it.
And then, in the spirit of communicating, when an assignment is not completed, and an assignment can be they didn't do the reading that night or get something signed. It could be turning in important paper. But for each of those missing tasks, you'll see a sheet like this come home, and we just keep track of it so that you're aware. And we do celebrate with students that have less than 4 every. We'll have a celebration every 4 weeks. So that's another way of communicating what's missing, if there's anything missing.
All right, and then this is a sample what a day looks like for a student who would be in Miss McIntyre's or my homeroom. The other two, if they're in their homerooms, it's the same thing, it's just flip-flopped. We have 2 blocks of classes, so they either have math in the morning or they have language arts in the morning.
If they have math in the morning, this won't be special time. This will be the first block of math. But in our class, we have special. Their homerooms come to us and go to specials first.
The kids all walk like herds of cattle and things like that, so it sounds like a lot, but it really is fine for them. We really baby them through getting where they need to go. So they have special from 9:10 to 9:50. On the website in the specials schedules tab, you can see your kids' homeroom's list of specials for the week if you want to write it down for the fridge or things like that, and individual class schedules as well.
Just remember it's on that website, so if you ever forget it, or if the kids need to know if they need to wear sneakers.
All right, so right after special, we give them 5 minutes of chill, get a drink, use the restroom. Some kids like to bring a healthy snack, other kids don't care. A lot of kids just use that for some free iPad time to chill out, and we give them that time and then move back into our block 1 class.
All right, reading. Now, we have 5 minutes left to do reading, math, and science, and so I'm gonna go really fast. Just know that I'm just gonna go really fast because I could talk forever about this. There's going to be 2 reading classes. Miss Wismer and I both teach reading. We both follow the same patterns. We both teach the same things. You walk into her room, you walk into my room, you're going to see very similar things happening throughout the day. These are some of the things, we always start off with a mini lesson. We always end up with reading groups. We're always doing conferencing. We're always meeting with kids. You'll see kids out in the hallway working with iPads. You'll see kids in here working with videos. You'll see kids, there's just a lot to it. I can't get into it in 20 minutes. There's a lot, and you'll hear about it as the year progresses. We do wrap things up, and then we go right to writing from there. And these times, Miss Wismer and I, there's soft times. Sometimes we're working on a writing assignment that's really important. So this 10:55 might bleed in a little bit, and I'll show you our first writing assignment in a second. So just know that these are the general idea for our times, but sometimes something important in the curriculum might take precedent in one or the other. And again, we quick write every day. The kids might come home and say that's their favorite part of writing. It's one where we rarely grade it. They take the first couple of minutes and they get to write about a topic that we throw up on the board. They'll come home with full notebooks sometime around March. We write when we write. And it sounds weird to say the most important part of writing is writing, the most important part of reading is reading. But they write every single day. And I've taught in school systems where that doesn't happen. We do share a ton. We have tons of projects. The first project is the Mighty Memoir. I have 100 of them over the 20 years that I've taught. They look like this. That will be coming home soon, like within the first 7 days of them coming.
And side note, if you want to just send in $1 to us,
yes,
we'll get these for you. So you don't have to go hunt them down if you can't find them. Send in $1 and say, get me one of those.
The Edinburgh Walmart has these for somewhere under $1. Dollar General has some, although they ordered some 2 years ago. We didn't buy them all. They got mad, stopped ordering them. I bought them all last year, and I don't know that they've ordered them back. Other Dollar Generals have them, though. If you just want to send in $1, I'll be at a Walmart, and I'll call everybody and say, I've got 12. It is an extensive project, but it's, at the end of the day, 10 paragraphs. So if they come home sobbing hysterically that they can't finish 10 paragraphs in 6 weeks, they can't.
That's because they just told you the day before it's due.
Yes. So we're telling you today, this next week, they're getting that assignment, and it's usually over a month they have, and we write like 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 right here in class. So if they're not done, and it's a day before they're due, I'll just move on.
All right, so then kids would switch to their math class. We do a little bit right before lunch here. This is what the math chunk sort of looks like.
At the beginning of math class, we'll always have a daily Common Core review, and that's a spiral review. So what we learn at the beginning of the year, we're going to continue to review throughout the entire year. We have a word wall, which you'll see when you go to Mr. Hutch's room or my room. The word wall is a way for us to use gestures to become familiar and to remember the different terminology that we'll be introducing this school year. And third, it's really important for your children to understand their basic math facts, so we'll be practicing math.
Don't freak out, most of them all forget them from 3rd grade, so we just do our thing.
We do.
All right, oh yeah, my turn. So we do a lot of movement from place to place too. So it's a long period of time, but the kids are getting up and moving from location to location, so we try to keep them from just being in one spot. We do have ST Math, which is a spatial temporal online program. It's conceptual based. We'll put a lot of challenges on them and incentives to make them go nuts over competing to get far on there. It's just a fun program. We'll do our math lesson, and they will typically have homework every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we typically don't give any homework for the weekend. But you'll see that in the form of, it's a packet, we do most of the packet in class, and then it's whatever's not finished is homework, which a lot of times isn't very much. And then project-based experience, both rooms, we added the drones thanks to the PTA last year, so we are coding the drones and doing different challenges with that. We also have the Sphero robots, and we use the iPads and we build block coding and code those as well. And it's all connected, so we're teaching the math concepts through project-based stuff. As a quick side note, yeah, go ahead. Do this and then I'll get into my side note.
Okay. This is available on our website, so if you see my name or Mr. Hutch's name, you click on the math link and it will take you to this page. This is a notebook that we'll build and be able to access throughout the school year, and it's just a way for the kids to have a quick look back at what we've already done. They need a refresher.
And our point with all this is we want to support you at home. We don't want the whole, they get home and then it's tears and upset and things like that. So these are on here to support you. So lessons that we do in class, we'll have YouTube videos explaining how to do those lessons that plenty of times the kids will sit and watch and do with us online. If it's a practice test, it'll literally be up here and the kids can do the practice test separately or follow along with us and check their work on here. we try to make it so it's not this battle at home of that's not the way we do it or blah blah blah. You know your kid best, and you know what like fake I just don't feel like doing things are versus I really don't understand. But we really try to support you from afar, and we're always available if you have questions. So these YouTube videos, lesson videos for both of us, are going to be available all throughout the year frequently. So, all right, continue.
Lunch. N and I.
It's no new instruction time, so we pull groups, work with the students on things they need work with.
Recess.
And then we finish up that hour chunk of math in that second block that we didn't finish yet. So it's all that other stuff, lesson and all that.
Word study.
So we have a 25-minute block of word study that the kids rotate to. Go ahead to the next one. They have a packet of homework that goes home. So in their agenda, their word study homework is this packet. It'll be in the important side of their binder. So just look for this. It has a day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. And we're not here to trick you with anything. On our website, there's the list of the words that they're sorting and things like that. Nothing's a secret, but we'll work with them a lot. The kids should be pretty well prepared for those. And the day is done. So that's what the day looks like. Continue on.
Economy. As Alex can attest to, we can spend hours talking about the economy system. I'm just going to say this. We've all done the economy system in the past. I've done it for 18 years. Scott and Jackie have done it 5 to 10 years. Any economy system you've had in the past might look a little bit like ours, but I promise you, this year it's a lot of what we do. We make it fun. It's a positive support. And any questions that you ever have, don't be afraid to ask. It has never not worked for me. We've had parents with questions about certain things. We can answer every one of those questions. So the only thing I'm going to say about it right now is that we have a full-fledged economy system. They have jobs that they have to do. It will never be more important than their schoolwork, ever. Their first job is to be students. But they're really good at their jobs. And just support us the best way that you can. And again, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to ask.
And we're sorry if any of their classroom money goes through your washing machine.
Yes.
Just be ready.
We always get a picture of a ball of money. Billy's crying. He lost $800. Can you replace it?
Yes.
No. Oh, yes. Yeah, no. We'll work with you.
All right, behavior, we're going to really quick. We work really hard to take care of your kids while they're with us. We go through a whole bunch of just friendly redirections and things like that. We'll send home, just sort of keep going through as we go. We go through with just some nice reminders and a lot of like positive things and conversations and coaching them up. If they have something that you need to be aware of, like it's a repetitive thing or something extreme, we'll send home a reflection sheet just so you know. I mean, as a parent, I would want to know. I don't like surprises as a parent of like, what? My kid did this and you didn't tell me? So just know that that's not going to happen with us. If things are happening, like we'll communicate that to you and let you know. And it doesn't mean we don't love your kid or anything. We're just holding them accountable, and we want you to know as parents so you can support us and we can support you. So that's how that works. And if you have any questions about stuff, please realize we don't want anything ever to mushroom and blow up. Just talk to us. And this is sort of important, so I'm going to take the time with it. Kids come home all the time and say blah, blah, blah. There you go. I used blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah happened.
Remember the challenge.
Please just ask us and say, can you just explain this? They came home and said this. And usually we can give you a full big picture of what really went on or help investigate it for you. We're not saying don't trust your kid, but just realize, I think you all know that there's lots of sides to every story. So just know, like, talk to us and we'll help work it out together.
And our emails, if you look in their binder, that's where the McCain Fourth website is. All of our emails are on there, everything. So
we already talked about Remind. We'll send out reminds about field trips. We go on more field trips in fourth grade than any other grade in the entire district.
But we're missing one this year, and you should go. Tall Ships is usually the first week of school. It's now this week. As I was flying in, I saw the big
That's what it was.
the big wooden ship sailing in. Go this weekend and see the tall ships.
Yeah,
There's going to be like 20 of them.
It'll be an incredible year.
What is the situation for parents, chaperones for?
So that's actually a great question. On the website, there's a forms tab. Go on there. It has our trips listed, general dates like beginning of May, blah, blah, blah. You can go on, you can pick one trip for now, to be fair. Then there will be a point where I'll send out a reminder saying, hey, we need more people. If you want to fill out for a second trip, go ahead. So yeah, right now you can go
It's
on.
right here. If you click flyers and forms, you'll come here, you'll click sign up.
Just make sure there are stuff here for clearances and things like that. Make sure you have those clearances on file at the school to do stuff here.
And if you sign up for more than one of us will call you, not because we don't want you to go on two, because right now you can't. Normally the parents who end up wanting to go on two, normally things sort of open up as the year progresses. So just pay attention, don't forget, and that's it.